What if I told you there's a recipe that costs $1.60 per portion and you can make it with little to no effort? Well, buckle up because today we're making Spam Musubi. It's one of the most slept on meals that you might have never heard of. I'll show you how to turn a regular can of Spam into something absolutely beautiful, how to make the best sushi rice you've ever had in your life, how to shape the Spam Musubi perfectly every single time, and you're gonna be saving money in the process. That's a freaking good deal. But first, who am I? My name's Xander Mason, and I love to cook. It's something I've been doing for years, and I want to inspire you to try out my recipes. Now, let's get to cooking. First things first, we're gonna work on our sushi rice. In a rice cooker pot, you'll throw in 2 cups of sushi rice. You'll then take it over to the sink and wash your rice 3 times. Don't overthink it. All you're doing is just running water in it, splashing it around, and then pouring it out. And yes, it does make a big difference. Once your rice is nice and washed, you're gonna pour 2 cups of water into it. Throw it back in the rice cooker and then hit start. Now, while that cooks, we're gonna get to work on our sushi zoo, which is basically like 90% of the flavor of the rice, so pay attention here. In a small sauce pot, you'll pour in 1 cup of rice vinegar, along with 3 tablespoons of sugar and 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of salt. Throw your pot on a burner and you only wanna heat it up until the sugar and salt has fully dissolved. From there, you're gonna set your pot aside, letting it cool, and whatever you do, do not smell it. I don't know what it is, but smelling hot vinegar is like sniffing smelling salt. It just hits your brain. Once our pot has cooled, I'll pour our sushi zoo into a measuring cup to make it easier later, and I'll check on our freshly cooked rice. Now with our rice spatula or spoon, if you don't have one of these things, I'm just gonna lightly break up our rice and then throw it into our bowl. From there, I'm gonna pour our sushi zoo over our rice a little bit at a time, mixing it in thoroughly. I'm gonna be using all of our sushi zoo, but you don't have to. It's really just a matter of preference. And one more important note. You'll notice the rice might look a little wet with the sushi zoo poured over it. Don't stress, the rice is surprisingly very absorbent. Just give it a few minutes and it'll absorb all that sushi zoo and the wetness will go away. But now you're done and you have an amazing sushi rice that can honestly go on anything. Poke bowls, burritos, whatever you want. Now it's time to work on our star ingredient, which is Spam. Which, by the way, I freaking love Spam. I've loved this stuff for the longest time. It gets a bad rap for no reason. It tastes delicious, and there's ways to make it taste even better, which I'll show you shortly. I'll first remove our Spam from the can, and please don't be discouraged, just bear with me for a second. With a knife, I'll cut about 1/4 inch segments, giving us a total of 6 pieces. Oh, and also don't throw away the can either. We'll be using that again later on in the video. From here, I'll grab a non-stick or stainless steel pan, and please don't come at me with how dirty my pan is, but you're gonna lay down all your Spam on your cold pan and then set your heat to medium to slowly render it out. One thing that Spam has is a lot of fat, and rendering out that fat makes a huge difference in both the texture and the flavor. Plus, your arteries will probably thank me later. After about 3 to 5 minutes, I'll give it a flip, and look at those suckers. Does that not look absolutely stunning? Now I'm gonna sear this other side for 3 to 5 minutes as well, and at the end, I'm gonna grab some Hoisin sauce and give each piece a small dab, brushing it from edge to edge. Now you can use a mixture of soy sauce and oyster sauce, but to make it cheaper and easier, I'm just gonna use some Hoisin instead, and you'll see shortly that it does a really good job at caramelizing our Spam. Speaking of Spam, I'll give them a flip and do that same Hoisin dab on the other side as well. I'm only gonna leave them on the pan for 2 minutes on each side. The Hoisin caramelizes pretty quickly at medium heat. After 2 minutes on each side, this is what we're working with: a beautifully glazed and caramelized piece of Spam. I'm gonna optionally sprinkle a little bit of toasted sesame seeds because we like to flex around here. And my notes here say to flex to the camera, but I'm not gonna do that because I haven't been to the gym in literal months. Either way, we're done with our Spam, and now it's time to make our Spam Musubi. Now remember that can of Spam I told you to hold on to? Well, we're gonna be using that as our mold. Throw some plastic wrap into it, and then you're gonna stuff it with your rice. Really make sure to pack it down as much as possible. You can use a spoon or the lid of the Spam can as well to pack it down really tight. Once it's packed, pull the plastic wrap out, and you now have perfectly shaped rice. Now, I obviously accidentally put way too much rice in it because it's kind of hard to tell how much rice you're putting in the can, but let me show you another method that I think is easier and it still uses the can as well. Throw down a layer of plastic wrap on your cutting board and then throw down 1 scoop of rice onto it. With a spoon, you're gonna roughly get the shape of your rice to your musubi. Then you'll fold the plastic wrap over fully and continue to shape it and press it in by hand. From there, you're gonna throw it into the can and then turn it upside down, squeezing each and every side of the can, shaping your musubi. You can also smooth it out at the bottom by running your can on your cutting board or surface. Just be careful with the edges of the can scratching things that they should not be scratching. I don't wanna get a bill from you saying I broke your counter or something. But once you're done, pop the rice out of the can and you should have something that looks like this. Perfectly shaped and ready for some Spam. Now, putting these suckers together did take a few attempts for me, but I found a method that was pretty easy once I figured it out. You'll first cut a piece of nori around the same size of your rice. Then you'll unravel the plastic wrap from your rice, but don't remove it entirely. Leave the rice sitting on it. From there, you're gonna put a light squeeze of Kewpie Mayo and then brush it edge to edge. And if you don't have a brush, just use your fingers to spread it out evenly. It's the same exact thing. But from there, you're gonna sprinkle on some Furikake, which will stick with the help of your mayo, and then you're gonna lay down your Spam on top of it. Now you're gonna peel the rice from the plastic wrap and then lay it down on the nori Spam side down. After which you'll pull the nori over each side of it and then press it into the rice, which should be sticky enough to hold it in place. And you're actually done. That's it. You now have an amazing Spam musubi that's ready to eat and chow down on. I was able to make 6 of them with just 1 can of Spam, making the total cost $9.62, which is $1.60 per Spam musubi. But now we gotta know, for $1.60, are the flavor's still there? Alrighty, we got 6 beautiful pieces of Spam musubi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry if I'm not. All these pieces, each are for the low price of this, which I don't even know what the price is yet, but I already know it's gonna be insane. Let's just jump right into it. Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, yes, absolutely yes. For minimal work, you get maximum flavor. The rice in here is absolutely insane. That sushi zoo turns any regular rice into a top shelf, gourmet, absolutely delicious rice. And the Spam is just perfect. It's nicely rendered and it has a nice little caramelized crust from that Hoisin sauce. I can't pronounce that either. I can't pronounce anything right. Absolute 10 out of 10. Would make again. The only thing I will caution you with, and there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see last week's video where we made an upgraded grilled cheese, the link is right here. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of your day.